Why you do this? Understand yourself. Why do you only feel good about yourself when you're doing something? Why does your value go up when you achieve and drop the moment you slow down? Why is it so hard to just exist without feeling like you should be doing more? You finish something, you complete a goal, you get things done, and for a moment, it feels good. You feel capable, you feel in control, you feel enough, but it doesn't last, it fades quickly, and then it comes back. That quiet pressure, that voice saying, do more, be better, keep going, and in the end of this video, you'll understand why your worth became tied to what you do, why it never feels like enough no matter how much you achieve, and how to break that pattern without losing your drive. You don't relax easily. Even when you have time, your mind is still moving, thinking about what you should be doing, what you haven't done yet, what you could improve, what's next. Rest doesn't feel natural, it feels uncomfortable, almost wrong, like you're falling behind, like you're wasting time, like you're missing something, and even when you've done a lot, you don't fully feel it. You move on quickly, because there's always something else to do. This isn't just ambition, this is something deeper. Your brain has linked action to value. Doing equals worth, producing equals enough, achieving equals safety, and not doing? That feels like the opposite. Like you're slipping, like you're becoming less, so your system keeps pushing you forward. Not just to succeed, but to feel okay. And that's the trap, because now, you're not just working toward goals. You're working to feel worthy. And here's the part most people don't say out loud. There's a fear underneath it. A quiet one. If I stop, what am I? If I don't achieve, who am I? If I don't perform, am I still enough? So you don't stop. You keep moving. You keep improving. You keep pushing. Because slowing down doesn't just feel unproductive. It feels unsafe. Like something about you might be exposed. Something you don't want to face. Your nervous system has learned something important. It has learned that doing creates stability. Doing creates control. Doing creates validation. So it pushes you into action. Again and again. Because action feels safe. Stillness does not. Stillness creates space. And space creates awareness. And awareness can bring up things you've been avoiding. So your system keeps you moving. Not because you need to, but because it feels safer than stopping. Then your mind tries to justify it. I just have high standards. I'm just driven. I just want to improve. And yes, part of that is true. But here's what most people miss. If it was healthy drive, you would feel satisfaction sometimes. You would feel enough sometimes. But you don't, because the system isn't built on growth. It's built on avoiding the feeling of not being enough. And that changes everything. So the pattern repeats. You set a goal, you chase it, you achieve it, you feel good, briefly. Then it fades, and you look for the next thing. The next improvement, the next target, the next version of you. And it never ends, because the moment you stop, the feeling comes back. That quiet pressure, that subtle discomfort, that sense that something is missing. One part of you is tired. It wants to slow down. It wants to breathe. It wants to feel okay without doing more. But another part says, no, not yet. You're not there. You can't stop now. And you feel that tension. You know you're pushing yourself hard. You know it's not sustainable. But you still do it. Because stopping feels worse. Trigger. You feel not enough. Action. You start doing, working, improving, achieving. Relief. Temporary. Then it fades. Back to trigger. Back to pressure. Back to doing. Again, and again, and again. And it becomes your normal. This didn't start randomly. Somewhere, your value became conditional. Maybe you were praised for performance. For being good. For achieving. For doing things right. Maybe you learned that being enough was something you had to earn. Not something you already were. So you built a system. A system where doing equals value. And not doing feels like losing it. And over time, this becomes who you think you are. I'm productive. I'm driven. I'm disciplined. And yes, you are. But there's something underneath that. A pressure. A dependency. Because if your identity is built on what you do, then who are you without it? That's the question your system is avoiding. So let's shift something right now. Your drive is not the problem. Your ambition is not the problem. Your discipline is not the problem. The problem is what it's attached to. Because when your worth depends on performance, you will never feel stable. You will always be chasing something. Always proving something. Always trying to reach enough. And that moment never comes. Start noticing when the pressure appears. Not when you're working, but when you're not. When you sit still. When you try to relax. When you take a break, what thoughts show up? What feelings show up? That discomfort, that's the real thing you've been avoiding. And this is where something shifts. Because now, you're not just reacting to it, you're seeing it. Now don't run from it immediately. Stay for a moment, not forever, just a little longer than usual. Let yourself feel that discomfort, without fixing it, without doing something, without escaping into productivity. And notice something, it doesn't destroy you, it doesn't define you, it's just a feeling, and the more you sit with it, the less control it has over you. The real shift is not to stop doing, it's to stop using doing to define who you are. Because the moment you separate your value from your performance, everything changes. You still move, you still build, you still grow, but now, it comes from choice. Not pressure, not fear, not the need to prove something. And that creates something powerful. Stability, because now your worth doesn't disappear when you stop. You were never meant to earn your worth. You were meant to express it through what you do, not because of what you do. And when that shift happens, you stop chasing enough. You start feeling it, even when you're not doing anything, even when you're just existing. And that changes everything. Your work becomes cleaner, your mind becomes calmer, your life becomes more yours. If you stopped achieving for a moment, would you still feel like you're enough?